Good morning and welcome to Hometown Cooking with Marianne. I'm Marianne. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to make a chuck roast in the slow cooker. I've had actually a request from my children. My daughter made it and it's fantastic. It was fantastic. My son, now he doesn't live here, he lives in New York, so I figure if I make this recording, he might take a hint and try to make it. Okay. First, what I did was I washed a chuck roast I'd say about 2-3 pounds. Doesn't matter. Everything pretty much goes the same way. I'm gonna make a little seasoning mixture of pepper. I have cilantro. Put some of that in there. I have some cumin, ground cumin. That's a little too much. I'm putting about, I'd say, good heaping teaspoon. Cumin, I don't want so much. Okay, there we go. It'll go a long way. I put about a half a teaspoon of cumin. Herbs De Provence. I got this idea from Linda's pantry, and I tried it and absolutely love it. And garlic powder. Good teaspoon of that. Mix it all up. I'm going to get my pan nice and hot. If you can, try to use a heavy stainless steel pan. What am I going to use? Okay, I use my trusty grapeseed oil. As soon as it gets hot enough, we're going to sear the roast. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Take the seasoning, rub it all over your roast, your stove. Okay. Just rub it in the bowl. I don't like this. You don't have all those fancy little seasonings, so you can use garlic powder, onion powder. We're cussed in the houses. Please don't use too much onion powder; it bothers your belly. And garlic, pepper, onion powder. I might put a little bit of salt because what I'm going to be doing is using that's about not even a quarter teaspoon of salt. What I'm going to be using is Campbell's Golden Mushroom Soup to put on top. Alright, now that's nice and hot. Put in a good amount of oil so it doesn't stick too much. You want some of that nice brown remnants at the bottom. Okay. And you hear that sizzle. That's perfect. Okay. Alright. We'll clean up a little bit. Wash my hands, and there it goes. So, today is the day after Super Bowl. You probably won't see it that day, but I'm a Philly girl. My whole family is from Philadelphia, the far northeast, and it was exciting. The only thing I did not like was that the Philadelphians were ripping up Center City and Broad Street, and it was terrible. Okay, we're using a slow cooker today. And what I'm going to do with just the spices on top of everything, I'm going to mix with the soup. Is put about a teaspoon of garlic powder. This time I'm putting about a good teaspoon of parsley. Teaspoon of pepper. And that's basically what you need if that's what you have for the roast. Alright, let it go till it browns up. It'll release, if you're getting too much fat splatter, these are very handy, splatter guards. See how it released and how beautiful that is. Let me put that down. Flip it over, see how nice and brown. That's what you want. Now I have it up high. I have it on 8 for the electric. And let me put, if I put that on, I won't be able to hear me. And what I'm going to do is get a bowl, because I don't want all that oil if I have it at the end. And I'm going to pour that oil out. So you season it up with what you like. Onion, pepper, garlic, some parsley. Doesn't have to be that much. And I'm getting splattered. So what I'm going to do is put my lid on with my glasses. Alright. Now what I have, while we're waiting for that, I have carrots. They're pretty big ones. What we're going to do is we're going to clean them. Peel them. And an onion. I'm going to bring it down a little bit so I don't want to get hit with it. Okay. As soon as it can release, you turn it over. You have to hold it up. Get the sides brown. And if you can see all those beautiful pieces in the bottom, that's going to stay in there. But I don't want all the fat. You brown around it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a plate. I don't want to put it in the slow cooker yet, because I want to put this on top of the vegetables. So things, this is beginner's pot roast 101, or chuck roast, whatever you want to do in a slow cooker. I want to make sure everybody sees what you have to do exactly. I don't want to skip it. And you see, if you can see around it, it's all getting nice and brown. Okay. All right, now we'll remove it to a plate. I don't need that anymore, thank goodness. And pour out the extra fat, the oil rather, fat, probably everything. Turn your heat down to 2 for now. Okay, now let me put you over here. Okay, I'm back. Had a little troubles with the camera stand. All right, I chopped up 2 large potatoes. I had about maybe 7 carrots. We chopped them up like that. And I had a half of a very large onion, and that goes in. Break that up. Now, this is my crock pot. I'm putting it into the stand. Okay, now, but in here I have a lot of the drippings. I had to turn it off. Now, I took a can of golden mushroom soup, half a can of water, whisk it together. Okay, wait. I mixed it up, and now we have this. And I put a little bit of the seasoning in, which was pepper, garlic powder, and a little parsley. Now, sometimes the tongue doesn't want to work. I'm going to put the heat on, and I'm going to pour this in. So this is the pan. Remember that we have the drippings. You want to get all this out. Okay. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to scrape the bottom to get all that brown goodness up. Do not use a nonstick pan for this. You need to use a stainless steel pan. If you don't, you will be scraping the black out of the pan, out of the nonstick. You have to have a regular old pan so that you do get these bits because you want them to stick. That's why I use this. This is my favorite pan. Once again, my husband's Aunt Margaret gave it to me. She wasn't cooking anymore. She told me it was better I use it. Okay. I'm going to scrape so we get it all up. And that's also why I'm using a metal spatula to get it all up. Alright. I'm making a mess. You know what I'm going to be doing? Whoops. I'm going to, oh, you can't even see the coloring. It's so pretty. Let's see. That's the coloring of the gravy. Now I'm going to put my light back on so I can see. Because what I see on the camera is a mustard color, and it isn't a mustard color. There you go. That is the color. Alright. Alright, now so that we can all see. Here are the vegetables. I have the rest of the seasoning, and I'm going to pour it all over. Seasoning, the vegetables, the carrots, potatoes, the onions, and then here comes the guest. The roast goes right on top. Now, also goes on top are any of the drippings, which aren't too many, but hey, don't waste. Okay. It's not too bad. Most of it, the time is prepping. Okay, now I've got most of the goodness off the bottom of the pan. Get myself another spatula. A scraper. Okay, what we're going to do is pour it on. Coat it up. Ah, so good. Okay. Now you go by your slow cooker. I'm going to do this on high for 4 hours. I may have to do it again for another 2. There you go. That is all ready. Oh, do I have that? That's all ready to go. Over here on the whole kit and caboodle is all finished. Let's see, 1 o'clock, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, I'm going to put it on 6 hours. I have a lot of vegetables, so I'm going to put it on 6 hours. 6 hours seems to be the magic number for these things, so we'll probably be eating a little late, but I don't think anybody's going to be home that early anyway because of the snow. The streets are a mess. So put the lid on, let it cook. We'll be back in about 5 or 6 hours because after 5 hours, if you can get a fork through it, it is finished. And make sure the vegetables will be all finished. Okay, so I am going to leave you now. We'll be back in about 6 hours. I am going to clean up this kitchen because it's a mess. And we will talk later and see what goodness we have left. Okay, welcome back to Marianne's kitchen. The roast is done. The vegetables are perfect. Now we have all this liquid in here. I'm going to skim some of the fat off. You can pretty much see it sitting on top. There's not too much in here. Let's skim some off. Little globs of it. Globulars. Okay. You're going to get some of the broth along with the fat, but try to get all you can. It's alright if you leave some in there. It won't be that bad. Unless you're really watching your waist. Okay. Looks beautiful. Smells beautiful. My house smelled so good all day. There you go. So you can see the yellow along with the other juice. You don't want too much. Okay. If you want to do this exactly perfect, you know what you could do? You could get a grease strainer and do it that way. All right, now I'm going to make a slurry, a cornstarch slurry. I'm going to thicken that. So I'm going to just put the cornstarch in first. Take a big heaping, about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of the cornstarch. Stir it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back on the crock pot stand. Put it up high. And let it go until it thickens. Pour it right in. Yeah. Pour it in. Stir. So right, the veggies are there. Remember, you can always thicken it. It's harder to thin it out. you go. Just getting the rest there. So I don't know if you can tell, it's getting really nice and thick. See? Okay. I may as well put it all in. That should be plenty. I'm going to go put it back on its stand. Let it cook out a little bit. It'll be boiling. Just need a couple minutes. I'm letting the roast stand for a few. Okay. All right. Now I have the roast. It's been standing for a while. Let's get, I'm going to put that there, get rid of this. I'm going to slice it up. This is a serrated meat knife, and it has the pointed so that you can grab it. Oh, look how tender that is. Very nice. I'll get a fork. You go against the grain. You can see the grain is going this way, or most of it, pretty much all of it. And you can either chunk it like that. Let everybody cut their own. That is so tender. You can tell the way the grain is going. Portion it. Chuck roast, it's always good. You can't go wrong with it. Okay. There you go. If you want, you can take that piece out, or you can just slice it. There you go. Well, we're due for another snowstorm this week. We'll see what happens. Just gives me more excuse for taping. I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to start it. You know what? Oh, start that end. Oh, I meant to tell you. I had to put it on 6 hours. Not only was the meat was almost done, but the veggies weren't done at all. So 6 hours in a crock pot. Should have taken a clue from my daughter, because when she made it, she said, "Mom, I put it in 4 hours, I need it 6." Okay. Good, cut nice and thick. And let me serve you up a plate. Let's see, I like this one. You got the gravy, and you got the, there you go. There you have it. That's your chuck roast dinner in a crock pot for 6 hours with onions, gravy, carrots, and potatoes. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you come back to see me again. And I have a little, look at this. Watch this. Come here, Jax. Come here. Come here. His mouth is watering. Jax. Come here. There he is. I'm sorry. Okay. And if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you would hit the like button, the share, and subscribe. That would be a big help to my channel. The dog's waiting for a taste, and I'm sure I'll give him one. Everybody's hungry. Thank you again for coming to my kitchen, and I hope to see you again. You have a great day. Bye-bye. Oh, and I'm sending you prayers for happiness and good health. We all need it this time of the year with that flu going around. All stay healthy, and I love you. Bye-bye.